think this is the last chance I'm gonna get to go out on the open coast, cover some ground and camp for the night using just what I can carry in my inflatable boat. We're here on the Banjo Pier at Loo. They're actually just packing up from a festival behind me there. So if we go down to the boat, this is my 4.2 meter SurfCat. It's an inflatable boat with a bit of a twist. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. All right, we're on. Let's get this pull start going. It's actually a fair bit of effort pull starting a 40 horsepower Yamaha. But I still did it one-handed. All my camping stuff is up in this bag here. Food in the cool box, although we do have to catch some fish for dinner, and a couple of fishing rods. I absolutely love these types of adventures. Just throwing a load of kit in the boat, bringing a couple of fishing rods, and heading out into the unknown. This was a really fun video for me to make, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Make yourself a brew. It's gonna be a long one, but don't worry, it's not gonna take me too long at all to get into the first fish of the trip. I knew we'd get a fish. I was like looking at the water then, and I just thought, oh, come on, we've got to have a go in the harbour, haven't we? That didn't take long, literally first cast. Oh, it's a big one as well. It's a big donkey wrasse, I reckon. My God, it is actually turning the boat completely right now towards it. And it's probably right down in a load of kelp. Well, we've made it out to the reef. We're about 4 miles from land right now. And just look how nice these conditions are. Don't get many days like this, do we? So this is just like a big reef that sort of stretches about half a mile across here. And you can see that we're in about 40 odd meters of water here. And it's going to come up to about 30. So yeah, nice depth for sort of multi-species. And I'm just gonna clip on a lure here. I'm not really too sure what we should use. I mean, I've got like everything in the fish saltwater range with me today. Tempted to either put on one of those crazy sand eels or a shad. There's a lot of herring around at the moment, so I'm tempted to put on, yeah, that's a 35 gram head. I just think that is the perfect like imitation of a herring. I was really glad when they brought out this designer lure because it's something that I hadn't really used much before, and I do like a non-weedless hook design, especially when I'm going after like fussier species. So yeah, it's got a real nice paddle tail action on it, and with 35 grams we should actually be able to get down no problem in the 40 odd meters of water we're in, because there's like no drift at all, which it might be a bit of a problem on the lures for us. If there's zero drift, the fish can be a little bit fussy, but we'll just get down there. We'll get a lure down there on the reef and see what we can catch. I do want to try and tick off a couple of species in the deeper water today, and then I think tomorrow we can focus our efforts more on bass on the reefs inshore. Got my drag set so loose right now because we're on either a squid or a cuttlefish. If we get it to the surface on a single hook, it will be a miracle. You can usually snag them on a treble, but on a single, rarely can it be done. Just got my drag set super loose so that if it does pull, hopefully the drag's gonna go and it will just compensate for it, because they got such soft flesh. It's so easy to pop that hook out. I don't know if I'm gonna even keep this really if it's a squid. I mean, it'd be pretty good bait, that's for sure. It's a cuttlefish. They're such alien looking things, aren't they? Yeah, really. Oh, he's trying to, look, he's trying to bite me. Ah. All right, let's get this cute little guy back before he takes my arm off. Great bait, pretty good eating apparently, but I'm gonna slip him back because I don't want to eat him. I really don't. All right, here you go, Mr. Cuttlefish. Go back down. All right. I was like, oh, that's a nice bit of wood. And it's not just a bit of wood. Oh no. It's got the Union Jack on it. We've got to rescue that, haven't we? Some poor person's lost that off their boat. Haha. There we go. Oh, I thought that was a squid at first. Proper light bite on it. Definitely not a squid. Oh, what have we got? Maybe a pollock. I don't know, it's pretty heavy. All right, let's tighten up on that drag just a little bit. Really not sure. Nice to get into a bigger fish. I know that though. I can't believe I'm the only boat out on this reef right now. It's quite a popular reef for any boats coming from Foy or Loo, as it's not too far from shore and it's quite a productive little spot. Nice depth contours. On a day like this, I thought there would be loads of people out here. Oh, there's so many fish on the sounder, guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is a big shoaler fish down there hard on the bottom. I always do that. I always look away from the fish. You can actually see this one coming up in the water in the top right of the screen. That red line is the fish. Oh, he engulfed that lure. Holy moly. That's far down, isn't it? Yeah, not a bad sized fish though. I'll take that one. Nice bit of sport on the light gear. All right, I'm gonna have to try and get that hook out. I think I'll use my pliers. I'm gonna try one last drift on this reef with a big pink lure. That just looks like something that should come with a Barbie doll, doesn't it? So yeah, gonna send that one down. You know, I hate it or not, but pink lures do work. I know they look a bit of a joke, but yeah, pink and orange can be like deadly colors for certain species. You know, especially in deep water. I wouldn't really bother with them in anything less than 20 meters, but you know, down there everything looks completely different. The colors are completely different. There's like, maybe I'll try and include like a little color chart of how they appear in the water, but yeah, pink does not look pink 40 meters down, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna literally just clip the edge of the reef, drop down a big lure, see if we can get on something. It'd be nice to catch some dinner. I'm starting to get real hungry, so let's get this lure down, guys. Let's get this lure down on this bit of reef, see if we can catch something before we move on. Is it a bass? It's a bass. All right, yeah, just a big shoulder bass on this rod. Actually a really good size for dinner, this one. Should probably net him, but no need to. All right. That is the perfect size bass for dinner. Probably like 45 centimeters, so well within the legal limit of 42. And yeah, he's actually, well, his swim bladder's blown up. On the pink lure, not expecting that. Whoa. Yeah, that is going to be dinner for me tonight. Yeah, you can see his swim bladder there is blown, so that's just like the perfect size fish to keep for dinner. Lovely sort of condition on it, and yeah, don't feel guilty at all about taking him. He's going to be a very tasty treat, and I'm so hungry right now. So yeah, we're gonna take that guy back for our dinner tonight. We'll cook him up at camp. Got a nice idea. So I'm gonna get him bled, gonna cut his gills and get him bled, and then we'll stick him in the cool box. It is really hard to leave a reef that is fishing well, but we're about 4 miles from Foy over there, and there is a bit of reef that I want to fish before we make camp for the night. So yeah, I think we gotta set off now and head over there. But I want to try something that I've never tried before. So I'm super hungry right now and I just can't wait for dinner. And I've got one of these steak bakes to tie me over in the meantime. So I'm going to, sounds a bit crazy here, but what I want to do is use the engine to warm this thing up. Now, I've talked about this before with my mates about trying it, and right, let's put that one down there because I reckon it will work. It's either going to absolutely melt it and there's going to be nothing left, or we're going to have a nice warm steak bake. So I'm going to pop the cowling down there, and let's see, does this have a bit of cardboard with it? I'm not going to put it in the plastic because I just feel like that's probably asking for trouble. It's probably just going to melt the plastic. Come on, open. Right, it doesn't come in cardboard, so there it is. Let's find somewhere that's not covered in oil, and that's going to produce a bit of heat. I mean, this is the block right here, so I feel like if I could wedge it in there, it would be perfect. I don't really want it sitting down in any of the oily parts, so it's pretty warm right on top of the wheel there. So maybe I literally just leave it like that. That is kind of warm, that. So I think once we get the engine going for this next little part of the journey, yeah, I'm either going to end up with a completely ruined steak bake or a nice warm one. And Justin, if you're watching this, sorry mate, I know this is your engine, but yeah, I want to see if it will cook a steak bake. Oh, all right, yeah, she's clipped on, so hopefully that's going to get nice and hot for the next 1.5 miles. All right, it's the moment of truth. Did we ruin a perfectly good steak bake, or have we just come up with an idea of cooking on a boat? Let's check it out. Let's take this cowling off. Okay. All right. I really hope it hasn't like fallen back into the engine or anything like that. Come on. Come on. Please give me a warm bite. Oh, we squished it. We've squished it. We've squished it with the cowling, but oh, you know what? That's actually warm. That's warm to the touch. All right, look, we squished it completely down flat. But I don't care. Processed pastry and meat with a hint of two-stroke. Not bad. At least it's warm. No, I'll take that. I reckon if we had done another 2 miles, it would have been a perfect temperature. I did try and get a bit of speed going to heat the engine up, but it's just slightly warmed through. So you know what? I'm not complaining. Yeah, I think I might try that again in the future, especially if I'm doing a long run. 10 miles, you'd be able to cook an egg on that. It's just such a nice evening out here. The sun has started to set behind me there. But this reef just is not fishing at all at the moment. Done a couple of drifts and not really had much, just a few little wrasse. So it's time to head into Foy and set up camp for the night. We've not got far to go. It's probably about 1.5 miles. And then we can make our way up the estuary and find somewhere to pitch up. So yeah, that's the plan. We've caught dinner, so we know we're going to eat well. Let's go and get set up. That sunset is gorgeous. We've just come into Foy here, and wow, this is going to be our camp for the night. This little point right here. And my plan is to anchor the boat essentially to the shoreline, and then we're going to run a fairly long line just so it's sat in this slightly deeper water here. There's a load of like yachts and motor cruisers moored up along here, but I know that there's a nice little platform up there where we can hopefully set up the bed and the tarp for the night. So yeah, I just got to figure out a way now to get the boat up on the shoreline and make preparations for the night. So yeah, this is home. What a beautiful spot. Actually really looking forward to getting camp set up and cooking dinner here. So we want to flip this guy up now. It's quite a beast actually, this 40 horsepower. All right, he's tilted up. Is he gonna smash into my rods? Maybe, we'll see. Stay there. And we're just floating into this little cove. Oh, check out the water clarity. That is next level. And what's nice is there's actually like steps here. So they used to use this for some sort of, I don't know what, but something. They used to keep big ships tied up here. There's like old metal spikes sticking up all over the place. So what I want to do is, this is going to be our mooring line. Let's jump in the water here. It's rocky and fairly deep, so just got to be careful really I don't slip over. So I just got that rope through there, and if I put a knot like that, perfect. It can't go back on itself. This is not how I'm gonna like have it set up for the night, but basically if I get all of my slack up here, then we can hopefully pull out. I'm just going to pull out a load of line here and figure out what's going to be enough. So I'm just going to chuck that one in there, and then we're going to walk up these really conveniently placed steps and walk up to the top here. And then this is the high tide line here. So it's a small tide tonight as well, which is nice. One less worry. And I just basically, all I gotta do now is wedge the anchor in somewhere. Just need like a nice, I mean, that's pretty much perfect right there, to be fair. Like this here, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, that in there like that. And I mean, the anchor's kind of pointless. I could just tie a knot to there, but this line then goes down to there, and basically we're just gonna tie it off to the boat and hopefully push it out into a little bit deeper water. So I'm just gonna make up like a really simple rig here. Just got a carabiner on that overhand knot, and then essentially I'm just going to clip it down onto the tow point there. So let's see if we push the boat off now, see how much line it's got, because obviously I don't want the boat like drifting out into the channel in the middle of the night, causing a hazard. But that's actually sitting real nice. Yeah, that's good. No one's going to be coming around the corner here at night because it's shallow water. It leaves the channel clear for all the bigger boats, and then that's the rope, the red line there, tied off to that big bit of chain. And if it just sits like that, I'll be very happy because it's not going to dry out at low tide. I've got all of my overnight kit in this black waterproof bag here. So like all I need is to grab this, stick this up on the rocks here. It's the great thing about a waterproof bag. If you're coming boat camping, get one, because you can just lay it down in a rock pool like that and not have to worry about your sleeping bag getting wet. So we've got our sleeping and cooking kit there. Actually going to jump on the boat as well. It's super easy. And then in here, we've got our dinner. Check that puppy out. That bass is, that's going to be so nice for dinner. That's like the perfect eating size as well for me. I was going to set up a tarp in here. Like there's this lovely like flat area of ground here that is like pretty, I mean, it's really sheltered from all of the wind and stuff, but like we're not going to have any wind. I looked on the forecast. Oh, I wonder if these are edible, these little berries. They kind of look like blueberries, you know. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to eat it. This is such a stupid idea, but I'm actually going to, it looks identical to a blueberry. I'm going to eat it. Nah, it's not a blueberry. Tastes more like a raisin, or I don't even know what. Yeah, bit bitter and sour. I'm not going to eat that. I gave it a try. There's loads of them. They're all dried out like little sort of grapes and stuff. But yeah, this is. I think I'm going to set up my bed here because it's going to be a little bit more comfortable than sleeping on the rocks. Like I could probably get away with just setting up a sleeping mat down there, but it's gonna, like, the rocks will just drain all of the heat out of you. So if I set up like a little area in here, I've got like perfect tree coverage as well, and I could set up a tarp if I really want. I'll probably not, I don't know, I might just put the tarp underneath me and try and make this area a bit more comfortable and just have the stars as my view for the night. I got one piece of driftwood so far, but that's not going to keep us warm. So let's have a little trek up here into the actual woodlands. I mean, the thing is like all this small dead stuff is going to burn. So I'll take it to get the fire started. That's not a bad piece of wood. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's rotten, but it's not damp. So if we can just get like a bunch of small bits like this, to be fair, that's all you really need to cook on. Oh, perfect. Oh, we've hit the jackpot, guys. It's probably all going to be, that's going to be damp here. Damp and rotten. There's some nice big bits in here though. If we can find any that aren't like completely rotten, this will be good firewood. That's a little damp, but we'll take it. Same with this stuff, slightly damp, but any big bits that are loose like this, yeah, we'll absolutely take that. We'll get that to burn. That'll keep us warm tonight. I'm just gonna grab all of this stuff and take it back to the fire pit. So I'm gonna make a really easy recipe for this fish tonight. We are just gonna be having soup for starters, miso soup with fish and rice. So yeah, really nice bit of substance after a day on the water. I was an idiot. I forgot to bring oil or butter or anything like that, so I have no idea if we can get this fish at all crispy or not. But we're gonna try our best. We're just gonna roll with it. It will still be warm, it will still be nice. Fire's smouldering away behind us there nicely. So super simple recipe for the fish here. Flour, I'm actually just gonna wham it in the pan because I don't trust these rocks at all. Could do it on the rocks as a chopping board, but as this is like a known shore mark, I don't know who's been taking a leak on these rocks. So flour in the pan, and then I got this little, like, I found this on the beach, and it is like, I think it's like some sort of dive belt or something like that, but it is like the best little holder for spices. So I got flour in the pan. Just gonna chuck in, I love curry powder with my fish. You guys know that if you watched my last camping video. So flour, there's a bit of seasoning in that flour as well. Bit of curry powder, give that a good little shift. Like so, perfect. And then because this fish is pretty wet still, it should just stick like glue to that flour. So fish fillets going in, and I'm just going to give them a nice coating with the flour. Take any rocks I see out of it. I don't want to eat rocks. So I literally just got my sort of dry fillets. That's kind of what I'm aiming for, is just like a nicely seasoned dry fillet. It's not going to be the crispiest, especially because I haven't got any butter. I can't believe I forgot the butter and oil. So stupid. But such is life. I'm hungry. Anything's going to be nice right now. Especially this fish. It smells amazing. The moment you add curry powder to fish, transforms it. I don't know why. I always do it. No matter what fish I'm cooking, always going to get a little kick of curry powder. So there we go. To speed up the process, guys, I'm just going to use the pan for cooking tonight because the fire is taking a little while to get going. So let's just whap our fillets in the pan. Oh, hopefully the pan doesn't go sliding down the rocks. Yeah, we're just going to cook on the gas stove because it's getting dark real quick and you guys just won't be able to see the finished result, which I do want you to. If we wait for the fire to burn down to a reasonable level. So yeah, we're just going to cook on the pan. Got those fillets in, and then all I'm going to add is got my little, I did remember the spatula, at least I remembered that, so I don't have to burn my hands. I'm just going to go in with a bit of Uncle Ben's. Can't beat Uncle Ben's, can you? Bit of spicy rice. We have got a bit of miso soup. I'm not one of those sort of like gourmet YouTubers that are gonna like put loads of effort into cooking, because I put loads of effort into the fishing and everything else. I just want to eat. So yeah, we got the fish. We're gonna put our rice in the pan in a minute, but I am gonna add this miso soup. This stuff's actually really good. These little pouches of it. And it's literally just like a paste. I'll try and show you guys in a minute. It's actually a really nice sort of like savory, warm snack to have though. So yeah, miso paste in my little stainless jug here. And then I got my water. I'm just gonna add that to the miso paste. That's gonna be our soup. Good soup. The light is just fading so quickly. All right, let's give this fish a flip. It doesn't need long at all. Like, it's pretty much cooked on one side already, just in the time I've been yapping. Oh, you know it's good fish when it starts curling up. Good gracious. Oh, you know what? We might actually get a little bit of crisp going here. This is the beauty of adding a bit of flour. You sometimes get a bit of a crisp going. Keep that on the heat. Oh, I love easy cooking. Uncle Ben's rice. Pop that puppy open. Oh, this stuff always looks like dog food when you first open it though. And I'm just gonna chug a little bit of water in the bag here. Just to get it a little bit moist. Moist, 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 moist. I'm just gonna break up all this rice. I tell you what, it's not fancy, but a couple fillets of fish and a bit of spicy rice, it goes down really well. When you're camping after a day on the water, anything will go down well. Well, if that isn't just the most insanely pretty view you could have for a camping spot, I don't know what is. We've got Foy over here, and then on the other side of the bank, this is Pole Ruin. May as well be eating in Rick Stein's right here. I mean, his bass ain't as fresh as this, I tell you that. So good. The fish, try and show you. Delicious, flaky. Tiniest bit of crisp to it. So good with curry powder. I'm gonna yam this. And then I got a bit of soup. In fact, I'm gonna check on the soup now. Soup's done. Soup is done. Yeah, I love these little like stainless steel like cups that you can get with the foldable handles, because the handles don't get hot and just works really well. You're never going to see it because it's piping hot. Miso soup from a sachet. Could essentially be in a 5-star Japanese restaurant right now, guys. Ah, it's so good. And it's got the seaweed in it as well. I love it when it's got, you probably can't see me through the mist, but I love it when it's got all that like seaweed in it. I don't know how they do that, how they get all that seaweed down in the sachet, but yeah, it's so tasty. Salty, umami flavors. Oh yeah, that is gonna go down so well with the fish. This is the way life should be. You go out, you source your own food, you source your own protein, sustainable, it's fulfilling, and you do it yourself. You know, I get so much pleasure. It sounds weird, but I do get so much pleasure out of eating the fish that I've caught myself. It like, not only is it good for your body, it's good for your mind. You know, it's what us humans would evolved to do, is to go and get our own food. Although I'm cheating because I'm eating rice from a bag, but hey, I'm halfway there, right? Quality dinner. I actually can't stop eating, it's that good, but quality dinner. And just take a look at this backdrop. This is something to be happy with. I'm just soaking up that last bit of warmth from the fire, looking back on a great day, and I've got a belly full of food. I'm sleeping on the rocks, well, the grass. Life's good. But I'm gonna get some shut eye now. It's pretty late, it's about 10 o'clock right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, it certainly is a cold one this morning. There's also a lot of fog, which I'm sure it'll lift throughout the morning. We're gonna make our way east back towards Loo now, stopping off at some of my favourite bass spots along the way. I feel we're just gonna stick inshore and smash them out, even though it's small tides. Could really be of a disadvantage to us, but I'm sure we'll pull a few out. Yeah, let's get on out there. I'm pretty excited for today, actually. The fog has lifted nicely now that we're out on the open coast. I picked up the wrong rod here. Let me just swap that one. That is a little bit heavy for where we are right now. That's more like it. This is a really nice rod, by the way. Never used one of these before, but it's a Rapture? Yeah, Rapture Black Cross. And this is yeah, a little shout out to Sam Kiddie and Kiddie Wholesale for sending me that one. Absolute beauty of a rod. Nice and light. Perfect for this sort of like inshore reef fishing. And I'm just chucking, well, the smallest soft plastic that I've got, really, because it's so still out here. A little 10-gram crazy paddle tail, size 1. Real small. Almost aiming for that finesse style of fishing. I mean, yeah, finesse from the boat, I'm not really so sure about it when you've got a 40 horsepower 2-stroke burbling away, but we'll stick with it. So I was just casting it across the reef, this lure, and I think, you know, actually when you first get to a reef, it is always worth fishing with a small sort of less noisy lure, because you might just pick up those shyer fish that you would maybe put off with a bigger lure. You know, especially when you're on a slow drift. I don't think it does any harm using a small lure just to see what you can get. And because it's 10 grams, the thing that I like about it is that you can let that lure sink and pause a lot longer than you would with even if you go up to a 15-gram head, it's going to sink so much quicker. A 20-gram head, you've almost always got to be working it in these sort of depths, you know, sort of 17 to 10 meters. Oh, that was a take then. Oh, missed it. Yeah, something heavy on there. Nice. Could be another pollock. Although it doesn't feel like it. It kind of feels more like a wrasse, if I'm honest. Not a bad fish. Whatever it is. Nice. Oh, nice. Still going. Oh. Suppose it's got to be a pollock almost, isn't it? It's pretty much on the bottom now. Come on. Oh, he's still going. He's still going. Oh, that's a good fish. It was a really small bite. Not like a pollock at all, really. Oh, good gracious, he's still going. Not a bad fish, whatever we got on here, guys. Yeah, I love it. Early morning with that sun coming up. God, what a time to be out on the water looking into fish. Loads showing on the sounder here. Again, it's like we just come into a big patch of them. Oh, let's try and get this one over the rod. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Can land him on this side now. Got to be a good pollock, I reckon. I was not expecting to find pollock fishing like this inshore. Oh yeah, I can see him down there. Big old pollock by the looks of it. Absolute unit. Absolute unit. Huge fish. Huge fish for inshore. So much fun on light gear as well. Look at it, it's like a knife blade coming up. The way they sort of kite in the water. Yeah, I think net's the best idea. It's going to be best for me and the fish. Let's just slide him in. That's a big old fish for inshore. Oh my goodness. That's probably a double figure. Wow. That is an absolute stud of a pollock. Lovely dark colours on it. On the tiniest of sandy limitations. Yeah, absolute slab of a fish. Really good sport as well in the shallow water. It's probably just about go double that pollock. So yeah, chuffed with that one inshore. And they'll go back nice and easy. Yeah, straight back. Straight back. When you're on an inflatable boat, you're really affected by the wind and the tide. It's going to have a big impact on your drift. So we don't have any wind at the moment, as you can see. It's flat calm. But we do have, even though we're on neap tides, we've got tide running up the coast and down the coast. So when it floods, it's going to go up into the channel and then it's going to empty out again. And you've got to set your drift up in accordance to that. You know, you have to think, where is the reef? So I'm drifting from east to west. So I'm setting myself east of where the reef that I want to fish, so that I drift back over it. And all I'm going to do is actually cast my lure in the direction of the drift, because when you're fishing, it's particularly important when you're fishing a really light lure like I am. I'm fishing 10 gram head in 15 odd meters of water, and when you cast your lure in the direction that you're drifting, whenever you stop winding, the line is going slack. It's getting more slack, so you actually don't have to open the bail arm or do anything to that lure sink at a slow natural rate, which, you know, I often find the take will happen on the drop with a lot of species. Pollock will come up in the water for it when you're winding up, but the good bulk of the species are going to take it on the drop. So you do want that slack line drifting towards it to enable the lure to get back down in a nice slow natural motion. It just gives you maximum control. That's kind of, I've always found that when I get the better bites, the better fish is when I can really feel what's going on down there and work that lure exactly how I want to over the reef. So yeah, we're getting good hits on this reef, lots of bites, good numbers of fish showing. So I'm pretty content with staying here for a while this morning before we start heading back over to Loo. Whether or not we're going to get a bass, I think. Oh, there's a fish. Nice. I don't know what that is. Yeah, whether or not we'll get a bass, I'm not too sure because it's so still, the water. Kind of be surprised if there were any. Another pollock. It's a much smaller one this time. It's got a big old oh, he's got a lice on him. Look at that sea louse. Let's get that guy off. There we go. Take your lice off for you, buddy. Hopefully something eats that damn thing now. All right, into a fish. This might be the bass that we were looking for, even if it's not a big one. It's still a bass. Feeling like one anyway down there. Funny how you just get a feel for certain fish, like the way they fight, how quick they are, the sort of head shakes that they give. Yeah, this is a bass. That's it. We got what we came for, guys. Nice bass. Actually quite a good size eating fish, this one. Lovely. Lovely. Yep, that's what we came out for. That's the sort of average size actually this time of year, in September. You know, a good sort of 45, 50 centimeters. So that is the perfect fish for me to take home for dinner. I'm gonna keep a bass today because I mean, last night that was so yummy. I kind of want to have it again. So yeah, really nice, happy with that one. No, I'm not losing this one. He's in the rocks, I can feel him. Straight into the flipping rocks. Right, I'm not losing this one. This is what you gotta do sometimes. That one went straight into the rocks again. Right, I'm just gonna slack off on him and come round from a different angle, moving the boat to the other side of where that fish went in the rocks. So hopefully we can pull him out the way that he went in. All right, yeah, it's shallow here. Come on, come out. I can feel him down there. Right in the flipping... Come out. Come out, yep, we got him. Ah, yes. I think it's just a decent wrasse. Went straight into the rocks then, didn't he? Yeah, it sure is. Beauty. They are a very welcome bycatch for me when I'm bass fishing. When they look like that and they have you in the rocks, they are pretty good fun. Not gonna come home for dinner this one. I always put the wrasse back, but just wanted to show you guys the amazing colors on this fish. Yeah, they really are something special. Really lucky to have them here in Cornwall. Just give this guy a little hug. Give him a little hug whilst we pop that lure out. And yeah, let's get him back in there. Just gonna angle you guys for the release. All right. Lovely fish. Well, in typical fashion, I've left it as late in the day as I possibly can to get back up the river. Fingers crossed there's enough tide, but I reckon we'll get there pretty quickly. All right. Let's see just how fast this thing can go. And we have made it back to the slipway in our usual fashion. That last little bit of tide. What an adventure this has been. I really enjoyed making the most of the last of the glorious September sun. And I just have to give a huge shout out to Justin from Ribs and Sibs. Go and check out their Instagram if you'd like to know more about this style of boat, the SurfCat. It really is a pretty awesome tool, and well, I wouldn't have made it back if it wasn't for that 40 horsepower. I was flat out all the way back to the harbour. Cheers for watching this overnight adventure. It has been a good one. I've certainly enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. And no doubt I'll see you in the next one very soon.